The opinions in this podcast are all our own.
But the businesses are real chamber members.
It's a chamber chat.
Coming to you from Wahoo, Nebraska. Chamber Chat with Kate
And Kat.
Welcome to Chamber Chat with Kate.
And Kat. I'm Catherine Nygren.
And I'm Kate DeCoste. This podcast is everything Wahoo Chamber of Commerce.
We have a fun guest in the studio today.
We do.
Yeah, so it's the Chamber Business of the Week.
Yes. We just started it up again.
Yeah, it's the
So
first one.
Our first of the year.
I know. I feel like this week everyone's like, oh my God, she is on again. Because, yeah, my dad calls me this morning. He goes, you didn't even tell me you were Business of the Week. And I was like, well, I mean,
Sorry,
I guess
Dad.
I didn't really think about, I mean, I don't know.
You knew you did the taping and you were like, okay, I taped it and that was last week. So then you
Yeah.
were probably just like, okay,
Well, we didn't know
it's done.
what week we were going to do it for sure. Or
Right,
what week it was gonna
right.
happen.
We didn't know when we were going to start it. And then I
Yeah.
was just like, let's get it going.
Yeah, you called me this morning. Kim, you didn't tell me your Business of the Week. I was like, well, I mean, is that congratulations? Thanks, Dad.
So we have Kim Holmes
Yes.
from Holmes Insurance Solutions.
Yep.
Yes. I've typed
Yeah.
that a few times,
Yeah.
putting stuff in our social media.
I know. Like that was like in the beginning trying to figure out what you're going to name your business.
I know.
It's so hard.
It
I
is
know.
hard.
It's like
I
naming a
know.
child.
And like Medicare,
Yeah.
you can't really be that creative.
Right.
I mean, it's kind of like, it's insurance. So
Right.
And it's a solution.
Right.
Yeah, that's what I do. Find
Well,
solutions.
and using your name, like that's how I was when I named mine, because I had thought of like different, capture, blah, blah. And I was like, I have to like this for many a years. And what if I
Right.
get down the road and I'm like, ugh, I hate
And see, I'm
my
already
name.
married. You're not, so you might have to change it.
Well, I think I could still call. I've thought
to say that.
I have thought of this.
What's that?
I have thought of that, and I was
Yeah.
like, my business name could stay the same.
It could
though.
be.
It could.
Yeah.
And really, my name could stay the same too.
They could.
It's
Oh, it could. You could just be
2024.
hyphenated, but
Yes.
just
Right.
don't use the last part of the hyphen.
You could have a professional name and a legal name.
Yes.
You mean like what are those?
A stage
called?
name.
A stage name. That's
Yes,
what
I
it
had many
is.
friends that have stage names, and then
Yeah.
they have their legal name.
It'd be very
Nice.
fitting.
Yeah.
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 Mhm.
I'll have to think of a stage name.
Yeah.
And then I'll
I
use
feel
that
like
for
your
something
stage
else.
name is
I was
gonna
going to say.
be a little,
I probably couldn't say it.
probably not.
You guys know me too well.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, it's all good.
Just a little.
Yeah. Yeah. A little bit.
So Kim kind of made the rounds. We did a little video introducing. So if you haven't seen that, go on our social media. And Kim
I
has
was the
shared.
guinea pig.
Mhm. You caught
Yes,
the bag.
Yep.
yes, you were
Yeah,
the
and
guinea
then I had
pig.
this crocheted sweater on, and it got caught one time, and we're practicing. So
Oh.
that
Yes,
was-
and I do have it on video. So
Yeah,
I am
for the
keeping our blooper reels.
Oh, nice.
Yes. Another person that we filmed, she forgot to throw the bag. Like at the end, she was. We
At
were
the
like,
end of
we
an
were all like,
introduction. And go.
yeah,
and
we were
go.
like. But
Toss
it
it,
is a
toss it,
lot.
toss
Like you
it.
had said, like we're like, okay, you're gonna you're gonna talk, and it is kind of like, okay, yeah, I know what to say. But then when you
Mhm.
start, it's like filming.
Okay,
it's
take
like,
two.
yeah.
I mean, take three. Keep going.
You only had 3. I think you only had to do 3 times.
Yeah, I think
think
it was
you
the
did
third
good.
maybe. Because
Yeah.
then I did mess up a little, and I was like, that's good.
Yeah, no, it was good.
I mean,
I think it was great.
I'm not made for TV. So.
And then you were over on Saunders County Online, so there's an interview, and you
yesterday.
talked like really in depth about
I did.
Medicare.
Mhm.
Well, like Medicare is in depth, but it's
It is.
so different for every single person that it's like I actually did a training. Like I do trainings for like financial people or just like anyone, like if they just want to know, like in the human resources department or whatever, just like explaining it to them. And this one specific person at Edward Jones, I kind of went over like all the different scenarios, and they were like, whoa, and I said that, that's why like I will just go over each person. I just go over your scenario and not,
Right, right.
you don't need to know all that other
All the stuff,
Right.
yeah, because then it's probably just like glazed over. I feel
Right.
like I would be like my
Yes.
eyes
And
would just
she
be like,
was. She was.
And
And
you're
then I
like-
felt bad. I was like, ugh. And then she goes, I'll just send them to you. And I was like, okay.
yeah. Let me just like read. Yeah,
And
yeah.
you're like, that's why they call me.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. Yes.
Yes.
So we were thinking, we know what you do.
Yep.
We actually had you on the podcast, and you really last
Last
year, and you
Mhm.
talked in depth.
Before annual enrollment. Yep.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So people, if you were wanting to know a little bit more about Medicare and what Kim can do for you, you can either listen to that podcast or go over on Saunders County Online and listen to her video from this week. So
Or call me and we'll do a one-on-one.
Or,
appointment.
yes, you can call.
One-on-one.
Yes.
I do work with a lot of people that their parents are turning so that they understand what's happening too.
That's
so.
smart, having that second set of ears,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
to absorb all that information.
Well, and I also think that's good just to kind of have an idea for when it's time for that person, you know,
Right.
for the
Although it'll
son or
probably all
daughter.
change. Who knows? You know?
Sure, that's true.
Yeah.
That's true. Who knows?
Who knows?
Who knows?
Yeah.
So we thought we would do like a little lightning round. That's what Kat kind of called it. And I thought that was kind of fun. A
Which
lightning
means that means I'm
round.
gonna have to think fast. So.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
Fast on my feet. We'll see how that
Get
goes.
to know Kim, the person.
Yeah. Yeah. I feel like we're
behind
like,
the insurance company.
yes. Yes. Are you ready, Kim?
I think so. I
And
think so.
Kat, do you want to start?
Do you want me to time it?
Oh, we could.
Do we want
What
like
do we? What should we
want,
do?
Like a minute?
A minute. Let's see what we can do
like
in a minute.
to win it, but
That's right.
Yeah.
Let's see if we can.
ooh,
I
wow,
love that
this
you're
is
gonna.
pressure now.
This
we'll-
is, and we
we'll
didn't tell
ask
Kim
you-
really that we were gonna do this.
No, they
surprise.
did not,
Yeah,
So
so-
we
we'll
just-
ask you as many questions
I
as
hope
we
they
can in a
aren't
minute.
too hard.
You can have a pass button.
Yeah.
Okay,
Just say pass.
All right,
Pass.
Okay,
All right. Are we ready?
Ready.
all right,
And go.
okay.
All right, Kim, why did you join the chamber?
The chamber has such awesome people, and it is fun. And I wanna volunteer and be a part of my community. That's always that's a passion of mine, is volunteering and being a part of the community. So
Love it.
What is your favorite event that the chamber puts on?
our fundraiser is always awesome. Like we did the comedian and the pianos, and now this year we're gonna do music bingo. So
Yeah.
which is Oh yeah, Kat, you didn't know.
I didn't
She's
know.
not
Sorry,
on the board
guys.
anymore. She's a loser. She's a quitter.
Enough about me. Yeah.
She quit on us. Everybody.
I did. Sorry, guys. How long have you been doing insurance?
It's been a little over 2 years. So
Nice.
yeah,
And-
and so that's like I've had to learn quick.
Sure.
Yeah, that's-
So-
sure.
Yeah.
Kim, what is your favorite?
Oh, that's our
That's a
time.
minute already.
That is a minute.
I feel like we need longer.
Yes.
Did you get like my
I thought
like
someone was
my
calling you.
plan was like you answer the questions for a long time.
I
and then
know.
it goes a minute. See?
Yes.
Then you can't get too many lightning rounds in there.
Right.
No.
Right.
I think we need another lightning round.
We,
And
we don't need to time it.
we
but-
can. Yeah. We can skip
just,
the timer.
We can just skip the timer. Because I want to ask Kim. We've
Okay.
asked about chamber stuff. We've asked about
Mhm.
insurance.
Mhm.
Kim, if you could eat anything in the world,
Oh.
what would it be?
and not gain weight. That's the
And not
question.
gain weight.
Oh yeah.
Yes. What would
Free pass.
Yes.
So yeah, I really, really love ice cream.
Okay.
And so like especially like Dairy Queen blizzards.
Oh.
Yeah. So yeah, with my second daughter, and this might be TMI, but no, this was with my first one. I had an Oreo blizzard every day. Every day.
Oh.
Yeah, so I gained like 50 pounds, which was awesome. But it was crazy because I lived in Lincoln at the time, and
Sure.
I would drive through, and they knew my voice. Like here, even at the Dairy Queen, when I used to get ice cream a lot, but now I'm trying to watch what I'm eating because as you
Sure.
get older, your metabolism literally stops. So
Yes.
like I used to go through now and just, I used to go through and get a little bit lighter. I'd get like a vanilla cone with chocolate dip.
Oh.
And one time I'm in the drive-thru and obviously they can't see you at Dairy Queen.
Right.
Right.
So I'm driving in. I was like, I'll just take a vanilla cone. And they're like, oh, no dip today, Kim? That's a sign
That's
when
a
you
small town.
go through too much. And then I have this voice that just people just know. Like
Yeah.
my high school reunions, they're like, oh, I hear Kim. Kim must be close. So I don't know if that's good or bad because,
I think it's good.
I don't
still
love the
good.
I think
sound of
it's
my.
good.
After you hear your voice, you're like, do I really sound like that?
Yes.
And when I was a kid, I would answer the phone and people would think I was my dad's son and not
Oh.
his
Oh.
daughter. Yeah, because I have a deep voice.
You have a deeper voice.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah. That's funny.
Yeah, lucky me.
Yeah.
Speaking of food, as a part of your business, you offer newsletters that you mail out to everybody.
Yes.
And I hear you put a recipe in those newsletters.
Yeah.
I do. And actually, my younger daughter, Macy, we sat down and she was like, Mom, okay, you need to make sure you do this. Like, she made sure that I had
The
her
format.
her favorite recipes. So I have a list on my notes on my phone that I have a list of all the recipes that we need to do. Yes.
Oh.
Yeah. So this last one, I think, trying to think. Oh, this last one was just Chinese coleslaw because that's a good thing for the summer.
Oh, yes.
But the one before, Jody Sheaf, she gave us this recipe for a marinade, chicken marinade. So I don't even know if Jody knows this, but we call it Sheaf chicken. Because Jody gave it to us.
Right.
Yeah,
Well,
my
then you
neighbor.
know what
You
it's
have to-
talking
you have
about.
to name
what
it
you're-
after who you got it
Yeah.
from.
So thanks, Jody.
That's awesome.
So yeah, I shared it. It's like my kid's favorite.
That's
marinade.
awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. It sounds good.
I mean, it's a lot of work because you got to remember to, you know what I mean?
right.
Like, you can't just throw it out. You got to thaw the chicken and you got to put it in the bag and you let it sit overnight. So it's a little more work.
So it's a little work. Like you have to plan it
Prepare
out.
for it.
And
yeah.
it's funny,
Yeah.
I do a recipe. I don't even like cooking. I
That's
really don't.
hilarious. But
Yeah.
you do your recipes.
I just have specific things that I like to make. Yeah.
yeah.
Things that you just throw it all together and then, you know.
Yeah. I'm a
I like those
bi-
too.
Yeah. I'm
That's
a big
mine.
crock pot fan.
Oh.
I love
Casseroles.
crock pot.
Oh yeah,
Mhm.
casseroles, those are easy.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. I don't if it takes more than one bowl, that's too much.
Yeah.
Because I don't like to wash
Clean
dishes.
everything.
Yeah.
Yes.
Have a sink full of dishes.
Yes.
Yeah.
After working that hard.
Yeah.
No thanks.
Exactly.
Well, you want to sit and enjoy it, and then you're like, well, I got to clean these dishes.
Right.
yeah.
Or you've put it all together and it's in the oven or whatever, and then you're like, I got to clean all these dishes.
I know.
Because I have to have it all clean.
And then you got to clean everybody's dishes that ate it. After.
Yes.
So it's like
Oh,
a
yes.
whole process.
Yes.
Mhm.
Yes.
Yeah. So I don't want to I don't, and my kids were young. I cooked all the time. Fruit and veggie. We had that for every meal. And then now I'm like, I'm empty nest. I don't have to.
Right.
I don't have to do that anymore.
Right.
Get a popcorn
And
for
there's all
supper.
those
Yeah.
these great deals, Taco
Mhm.
Tuesday,
Yes.
Oh,
Pizza
right.
Hut,
You can just make
and
the
then
rounds.
Yeah, Thursdays
Mhm.
chips, burgers. So I mean,
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
it's actually pretty cheap.
It is.
Yeah.
And my
Yes.
kids go in, they're like, "You have no food." It's like, well, what night is it?
Right? Where are we headed
Let's
to?
see where we're going.
Right. Right.
I know my dad's always like, "Oh my gosh, you guys are going out to eat again," and it's like, well, I mean.
Mhm.
It
We
is cheaper
are.
than it's easy.
Right. Buying a
Yeah.
bunch of groceries. to sit
Right.
Around.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Right.
So how often do these famous newsletters come out?
Oh, I do them quarterly.
Quarterly.
Okay.
Okay.
Yep. So I just had one. I kind of time them with kind of Medicare stuff. So like June and then September and then December. So they're not like a normal, like a normal quarterly. I time them with, because like in December, I come out with like what the new amounts are for IRMA, which is income related monthly adjustment amount, which,
Oh.
yeah. If you make a decent amount, if you make quite a bit of money, you're going to pay more for like Part B and Part D. And so
Right.
anyway,
right.
so I time it with that. And then, so that way, then when they know, because they'll get it around the 1st of December and then it has all that information in it. So
Gotcha.
Oh, nice.
yeah.
And you said you send them out in the mail.
Snail mail.
Snail mail.
mail.
That's
Yeah.
awesome. It's
Well,
not a
'cause
bill. It's something you
Right.
can open and
Yeah.
it's
Happy
fun.
mail.
Yeah.
With
Yeah,
the
and
recipe.
With a recipe.
I've had people say that I have them all in a book that I keep.
Oh,
on. So-
that's adorable.
I know. And then I
love
do a
that.
cleaning tip, of course, because
Of course.
Mhm.
Yeah.
You're good at that too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Yeah.
Mhm.
What
I
are
mean,
you
I
not
do
good
it.
at?
I do it. Yeah.
What are you not good
Because
at?
I have businesses that I clean. So
Yes.
Mhm.
I know. And I'm like, what are you not good at, Kim?
Right.
Oh, there's a lot of things. that I'm not good at. I don't want to do that as a lightning round. We're not going to, right?
Right.
Like
No.
that.
Oh,
Okay.
No,
gosh,
no,
Okay.
no.
Because it might have to be way longer than a minute. on that.
So if
So-
somebody wanted to get signed up on your mailing list to get these tips and recipes and Medicare information, how would they go about that?
Well, so I've never actually been asked that. I just, it's usually the people that I meet with.
Mm-hmm.
So like if they're a client or like if, then I've met with them and maybe they're not gonna, sign up for a couple years or whatever. Then I put them in my little CRM.
Mm.
Sure.
So, I mean, I suppose if other people wanted it, I don't know. I didn't really think about it.
About that.
I mean,
Yeah.
I didn't think it's like that great. It's just front and back, so it's nothing.
Yeah.
Sure.
Well, I kind of want to be on your list.
I know.
Okay,
I know.
well, I mean, I could add you.
You could email mine though.
Oh, okay.
Save the stamp.
Save the
Yeah.
stamp. Yeah.
Yeah, because stamps are going up again in July, by the way.
Oh, so
Oh,
should we
didn't know
all
that.
start getting our forever?
Yeah,
Stamps.
forever. They told me July 14th specifically. I think was the date that they told me.
Oh,
I know.
So it's
I was
coming
like,
up.
You're in the know.
Yeah.
Well, that's because I mail a lot of stuff.
Right. So you're there. So you're.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I like the mail thing. I just like to
So then
feel
tangible.
it. Yeah.
Yeah. It is kind of nice.
To be able to sit and read it. Like, I feel like if it's like in a digital format, you're like either sitting at the computer or you're
Or
staring
you
at
got
the
to
phone
print it
screen.
yourself.
Or you have to print it yourself where,
Yeah.
you could like sit down in a chair, comfy chair, and sit back
Right.
and read it and enjoy it,
Right.
Yeah.
And some of my clients may not have computers.
Email.
or-
Right.
Yeah.
I was going to say that. Like,
or they don't ever look at it.
right.
Oh, yeah.
Which that happens a lot.
Sure.
So-
Sure. How would somebody find you if they were like listening to this podcast and they're like, hey, I want to talk to Kim about Medicare?
Well, I have a Facebook page that's called Homes Insurance. And then I if they want to call me,
Okay.
402-429-1311.
Okay.
Mhm.
Yep. I'm very good at answering my phone.
Mhm.
Because I think that's what I would want for, I guess, if my parents, if they needed something, I'd want.
The responsiveness.
Yeah. I
Right.
would want someone to get on it. Because healthcare is personal and it's sometimes scary. And so you want to be able to, when you have the question that and you're thinking about it, you want to get
the
an answer.
Right.
Yeah. Obviously I don't answer if I'm with somebody in
Right.
an appointment. Then
Right.
I don't. But
But you'll get them a call back.
Yeah, I always
Yeah.
call people back right away. Or if they want to email me, it's insured by kimhomes@gmail.com. Isn't that cute?
That is very
And it's
love it.
HOMES, no L.
Homes.
Right.
Yes,
Homes.
like
Literally
home
like a
limits.
home. Yeah.
Insured
Yeah.
by kimhomes@gmail.com. Yeah. And some people would rather just email, which is fine too. I don't.
Either way.
doesn't matter to me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure. Sure.
Yeah.
And you've got things that you offer at the library. You've got some little open
Seminars.
house style seminars. Yeah. Do you
Yeah.
have any of those coming up, or is that kind of timed around the?
Actually, I have one next Wednesday evening at 6 p.m.
Mhm.
So I
Okay.
do like Tuesdays at 10 or Wednesdays at 6 p.m. And I just kind of alternate those every month.
Mhm.
But during annual enrollment period, I'm going to have I think 3 or 4 every month, but they're going to do new to Medicare, and they're going to be ones that talk about the changes because this next year there's a lot of changes coming up. So
Right.
It's a lot
it
to
is
keep track of.
estimated. Yeah, I was listening to a podcast and it's estimated that they thought this is what the podcast thought. So I don't know. They thought that 75% of people might be switching. So I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know.
Oh.
So it could be a
That's-
big year.
It could be a good year, a big year. Yes,
Mhm.
yes. So people the hard thing is people don't like a lot of. I don't like a lot of people don't like change, so they would prefer to stay with the one they have, but they may not have a choice this year. So
Sure.
it just depends on their medications. It just depends on the medications, their healthcare needs.
There's a lot of things that go into it.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
Kim, you were talking about podcast. What's your favorite podcast that you listen to for Medicare?
Oh,
Or do you have,
I just have a
bunch?
ton, but I found this new guy, because he's all Social Security.
wow.
And most people would think it's boring, but his name is Dr. Ed Weir. Right.
Okay.
Yeah. And I've been trying to just learn more about Social Security and just disability and veterans and all of these Social Security things. And so, yeah. And his podcasts are long because his stuff's only maybe 15 minutes, but then he takes questions and they're an hour.
Wow.
So
Oh,
yeah,
wow.
you can, I actually emailed him a question, but he has not emailed me back, Dr. Weir.
If you're
an answer
listening.
back.
If you're
Yes,
listening.
if you're listening, Dr. Ed Weir, I would like an answer back on an email that I sent you.
Please
So,
email Kim.
Yeah, and I think he does and he'll talk to you so he was he managed a Social Security office that
Okay.
was the third busiest one in the United States.
Holy
Oh,
And
cow.
he
wow.
worked there for decades. And so he actually retired and then he came back and then now if you want to talk to him on the phone, he does charge.
Oh.
I just found that out because when I was looking for his email. I was like,
Oh, sure.
Yeah, and it was $99 an hour or something. I was like, well, I'm just going to email. I don't need to talk to him for an hour, just have one question.
Just one little
Right.
question.
Yeah.
Right. Maybe he'll use your
Interesting.
question to be on the podcast
He
or
might.
something. You
He
might be
'cause
cleaning
I
and listening.
I think it's it's something I'd heard from other podcasts, but then I just wanted to make sure. 'Cause you
Right,
don't wanna
get
tell
his
people
opinion.
things that are wrong. You know
right.
what I mean?
Right.
Mhm.
So, I might have actually hinted about that in my newsletter this year to just have people
Just have it on their radar.
just
Yeah.
in case.
Yeah.
Because you just, it's just, the government sometimes, that sometimes there's not a rhyme or reason for some of the things that they do.
Sure.
You just have to just go with it because that's their decision. So you just
Sure. Right.
Well, it makes it even more important to know somebody like you that has the inside track and that pays attention and listens to the podcast and stays in the know.
Yeah, and then
so
I
when you
actually
have the questions,
like listening
you've
to
got...
this boring stuff. I don't. And I do, and I do enjoy listening to it.
No, that's
so.
good. That's good because it knows that what you do, you enjoy what you do.
You're passionate about it.
You are wanting to get all the information.
Like you probably listen to photography.
I do.
ones.
Yeah.
You probably listen to floral ones. See,
Sometimes.
I mean,
not.
I do mix more of crime,
some murder ones,
some
in
murder
there.
podcasts in
yeah.
there.
Mhm.
But I do listen to some photography ones. But yeah.
So that's good.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you love what you do. And I love what I do.
Yeah.
I think the one thing I told my kids when they were looking for their job, I was like, make sure you find something that when you wake up every morning, you think, I get to go to work. Not
Yes.
like,
Yeah. I have to go to
I have
work.
to go to work. I
Mhm.
get to go to work.
Yeah.
And I think
100%.
And obviously you don't have that every day.
Right.
I mean, even though you love what you do, you don't have that every day. But if you
Right.
can have it a majority of the days, that's
Mhm.
Right.
yeah, that's the goal.
Yeah.
right? You just want to just love what you, at least love what you do the majority of the time.
Yes.
Yes.
I was like that for weddings when I was shooting. Because when I first started, I shot like everything. It was like, you have a baby, I'll shoot that. You have a family, I'll shoot that. You're having a wedding, I'll shoot that. Like
Right.
everything.
Mm-hmm.
But then I knew like weddings. Like I loved the engagement session. I loved doing all of that. But the actual when I would it wouldn't even just be the waking up that day. It would be like
The night
weeks.
before.
It would be like weeks before I would like get anxious and get like they're just they're a lot.
It's a long day.
Yeah. So
My fear, if I did that, I'd be like, what if I take all these pictures and they didn't download?
Yeah.
Or like, or I lose the chip thing or
card.
whatever.
Yeah.
and then,
yes.
Or else like the picture comes out and I had my finger in front of 90%
all of them.
like that would be my fear.
Right. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah, I was saying I don't even know how to take a selfie, so I clearly could not take pictures.
do the
Before we started this, we were talking about like there should be a podcast on how to take a selfie.
Yes. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm not good at that.
I think that would be
Same.
that would be good. I feel like it would have to be a video podcast.
Oh,
I
yeah.
think so.
So you could like
Follow
see,
along.
Yeah, a
Mhm.
vlog or something.
Yeah, but then like if you don't have long arms, this is what you do.
Right.
If you have a double chin, this is what you do.
Right.
Like you
Right.
would have like little rules.
Here's how to
Right.
find your best side.
Yeah. Yes.
We talked about that too. I don't know if I have a good side.
I-
'Cause I don't really like pictures of myself.
Nope,
It doesn't
nope.
matter what side I'm on.
What side you're on?
Maybe the back of me. No, I don't know.
I've decided this is what I look like, and
Yes,
it's fine.
That's
Yes.
the way it is. Exactly. Exactly.
Yes.
So yeah, and then I was like, just on the Saunders County Online, the one I did yesterday, I realized after I watched myself, I was like, I like play with my lips a lot. Like,
Isn't it funny how you
Uh-huh.
realize little things quirky things that you do
Yeah, and then
that
I like
you
played
didn't
with
notice?
my necklace a bunch of times, and I was like, oh, like I was moving around a lot. I didn't
Right.
really
Mhm.
think about it.
That
So
you
today
do
I'm
that.
really trying to sit like statue. So, okay, statue, don't move your hands. And you know that I cannot talk very good without my hands.
Right.
So, yeah.
You're doing good.
It is hard. I do think when you're a talker, like with hands, it is hard not to
right.
not
Move
to
them
do it.
around.
I've learned not to do that too because I would like hit the microphone, like
Well,
you hear
yeah.
like dong. And,
Right. Right. And then you're just like, yeah. And then I was like trying to go around. I was dodging the microphone the whole time.
Try-
And so,
yes. Yeah. Kat and I, we realized like, and we probably still do this, but
Mhm.
in the beginning of doing this podcast, we would be like, yes.
I tried to show our enthusiasm, so everything was like, yes, that's
Yes.
coming up. Yes.
Oh, yes. Like if she'd say something, I'd be like, yes. And when she'd say yes, like it was just a
And then,
lot
like,
of
enunciate
yeses.
every word.
Mhm.
And so then we're like, do we need to put like words that are
Not
something
yes.
else that's right?
Affirmative.
Affirmative. Yeah.
Oh, so like mix up the words a little bit.
Yeah, so we're not
Get your
constantly, like-
thesaurus out. What's a word for this now? What?
I feel like
Uh-huh.
we talked about like you could do like a drinking game and drink every time we said yes.
All right, I'm trying that. I'm totally gonna do that.
So I don't know if we'd still do it as much,
I don't
but
know.
I know that, oh my gosh, back in the a year ago.
And then once you realize you're doing it, you can't stop it. Like we'd like start laughing because we were like, "Oh my gosh, I just said yes again.
You did it again."
Like we would be making faces at each other because we'd say it, and then we'd be like, oh.
I know. See, and I always thought too, like I would love to do a podcast, but then I'd have to be able to, sometimes beat myself. Like if you say
a naughty word, you can. You can, or depending on like, so the other podcast that I do that's Gen X, I do swear in it, and Lana will swear in it, but you can say that have like explicit content.
Explicit
so then people will know, like, and it's like, well, I did warn you that I say naughty words in this. And because there are times where I'm just like, kind of spew it. Or it might just be, and there might be some episodes we don't, but you might just be passionate about something. I was just telling somebody, I was like, we did, because O.J. Simpson had died, we did a segment or a episode about O.J. Simpson, and like because we were in high school and that all happened, and like how crazy it was, and how it was like that first thing of like seeing all that on TV and all of that, and I did swear a lot. And that one, after I was like editing it, I was like, whoa.
Kate.
And like Lana's like, I text her, I'm like, I swear a lot, and she was like, yeah, you said the F word a lot. I was like,
wow.
I guess I was
you
just,
didn't, and it's not like
passionate.
you went like full
I went
bore.
full
You
blown.
weren't Chucky Darn.
Yes. Nope. So this one,
fart.
I
my daughter has a friend, Sam, that she says, "Oh, fart," all the time, and I'm always like, that just sounds really funny.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
Oh, fart.
Like it's like you want to say the bad word, but then you don't.
Don't.
So you just say fart.
Yes.
And I was like, that has not happened to me though. Yeah, I don't do that.
No, I really
That's
don't.
just not. I don't think I can do that.
You
I
never
know, it's
swap
hard.
fart out for something else.
No.
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 Yeah.
Sometimes it feels good to say what you want to say.
It does.
It
Yeah.
just feels good.
Yeah. I figured for that one I could do. I could
can.
do that. Yeah.
Wow,
so
this
you could
podcast
probably have.
has really swayed. Is that-
Yeah.
Yes, it has.
It has. It has.
but that's okay. I guess that's what you just have a conversation.
Yeah.
You know.
I know. We had we're having a lightning round. We're going to talk about Medicare.
1
and
minute.
now we're talking about farts.
Yes, exactly. Like I said, it's gone way
Yeah.
backwards.
But having a fun little combo.
get to know Kim.
Yeah.
Look, get to know
Yes.
Kim.
Is there anything else you want to share with us we haven't talked about?
I think just that I feel fortunate that I love what I do. I mean, I really, because I used to hear people say, when I was younger, I'd hear people say, "Oh, I don't think I'm ever going to retire because I love my job," and I was like, "That's not even a thing."
Right.
Right.
Like,
Right.
what are you? Because you're not like, you graduate from college, you get your job, and you're like, "Oh, when do I get to retire?" Like, you in college, you have this great idea of what your whole life is going to be like. You're going to go to work and you're going to be like so excited to go every day, and then you're like, I don't get as many days off as I did in college.
Right.
Or,
Right.
or like get that month off of Christmas.
Right.
Or,
Right. Spring break.
Yeah.
you're like, you mean I only get 2 full weeks a year? That's it. And then sporadic days here and there.
Right.
That's
right.
it. And then you'd wake up like, oh, God, I'm going again. Like,
Yeah.
it's just so, and then, then you are a lot more conscious of your weekend. You're like, okay, well, I can't, because like my
Gotta fit
husband
it all
would call
in.
it the Sunday scaries. Like he would get the Sunday scaries. So like, oh, I got to go to work.
Yes.
And,
Yes.
it starts at noon on Sunday and it's, ugh.
Yes.
So, I mean, and, and they're obviously like, my older daughter is an occupational therapist. So she has some, a little bit of anxiety because it's like, that's a pretty, kind of scary job some days.
Yeah.
Sure.
So, and she works at a cancer center. So that's,
Ooh, yeah.
So that's kind of,
Some heavy stuff.
Yeah. But I mean, like, that's the thing too, where she feels like she's making a difference. And that's what she loves about what she does is she's helping people, and she has pelvic floor.
Oh, remember you talking about
nice.
that? Yeah.
Yeah. And she's lymphedema certified and then breast cancer.
Okay. Wow.
Yeah.
very
And then
nice.
my little
Yeah.
Macy is going to be a vet. So that, and school is, you have the Sunday scaries every minute of every day.
You're right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. That's
Yeah.
a lot.
Yeah.
It is a lot.
Yeah.
So, but I'm being positive, Macy. Because she's like, Mom, you're negative. And I was like, well, like, this is really a lot.
Yes.
It just is a lot. Like, this is a lot of schooling for a job. You know, I mean,
Right.
and it's not that it's, And I know it's her passion and all that, but it is just.
Then she'll do just fine.
Yeah, but you still are like, God, that's a lot of work for something you're going to do for like 30 years and then retire from. I don't know. It's
Right.
just-
Right.
yeah. But again, I told them love what you do, and that's
Right.
what they're doing. So,
Right.
you know.
Nice. Great advice.
Yeah. One last question before we go.
Okay.
Just to like,
Bring it.
so you're talking about like 2 weeks vacation and sporadic, all that. And it
Yes.
is summer. Do you have any summer plans?
Actually, yes.
Oh.
Very pumped. We are going, we're taking our kids, we're going to Mexico. We're going to Cancun.
Oh,
Ooh.
fun.
Yes. So my kids were both in like club sports. So like our vacations were, we're going to
This tournament.
Yeah, we're going to Florida for this tournament. And so, and my husband and I have found this new, like, wow, we are empty nest. And so,
Right.
like some friends last weekend were like, hey, you guys want to go to the Ozarks? We're like, well, yeah, because we can.
Right.
And then some of our other friends are like, hey, you guys want to go to Colorado? And I was like, let me check our schedule. Oh, yeah, yep, we can go. So like, it's just weird having this freedom. And we never even had our passports.
Oh,
Sure.
Like we literally just got them because the friends that we went to the Ozarks with, we went to Mexico with them because my husband works at Duncan Aviation, and you can stay in their condos for free.
Oh, nice.
After you've been there for 25 years. Yeah, well, my husband's been there 35 because we haven't had time
nice.
to go. Yeah.
So
So
then-
Karen Bohach. So anyway, so we had such a great time in Mexico. Then we went to the Ozarks with them. And so, so then I got all of us our passports because, of course, my husband and I, my husband scheduled this. I was like, we don't have our passport.
Right.
So we had to
Hurry up and get
expedite
those.
it.
Yeah.
Expedite it. I was like, this is stupid. I've literally never, and I even have the right birth certificate. So I had to go get my birth certificate the day before, and then we had to get our like I was like, I've lived my whole life without the right birth certificate, without a passport, and now I have to pay $60 to expedite it.
Oh,
Seriously.
gosh.
Right.
Yeah. So we did get it. And so
Okay,
then I
good.
got I was like, well, we're just gonna get our kids just in case we decide to go somewhere.
Right.
And then
Nice.
and then we're like, okay, well, we're gonna, and then, my kids are, well, now they're 27. She just turned 27 and 23. And like, if they still want to spend time with you, you gotta,
Yeah.
Take advantage of it.
take advantage. Like they
Yeah.
still want to go on vacation with mom and dad.
Yeah.
Nice.
I mean, it is nice. Mom and dad still pay. So,
Right.
You know.
Right.
You got to take advantage of that as long as you
Perfect.
can.
Right.
So,
That's awesome.
yeah.
Well, you enjoy that trip.
Yes.
Yes.
Glad that you
Yes,
had the
not
right
till
birth
August,
birth
so.
certificate.
Right.
I know. Well, now I do. It has to have the seal on it.
Oh.
And I didn't have the seal. And I was like, Mom, where's my birth
You
certificate
had
with
like the
seal?
decorative one.
Right.
Yeah, and she was like, well, I don't know. I gave it to you. And I was like, no, I don't have one. And I've never had one. I looked in our safe and nothing.
Oh,
So then I had to
gosh.
go get, but it's actually super easy.
Nice.
You literally go in and you just sign this little paper, pay your $15, and they print it off a printer. Isn't that funny? With the seal.
With the seal on it.
Isn't that like how easy that is now?
That is.
We
That's
ordered
good.
extra copies when the kids were born to just throw them in the safe.
Oh, sure.
Right.
You know, so.
Oh, yeah. My husband has like 6 copies.
Uh-huh.
And I had the one that wasn't even the right one.
Right. No seal.
No.
Dang
no.
it.
I mean, I haven't had an appointment, and I went in there and she's like, this is the wrong one. I was like, what? My mom gave me this one. You mean
She
my mom
birthed
didn't
me.
give me the right one? My mom didn't give me the right one.
Right.
So, yeah, she's like, there needs to be a seal on it. I was like,
Oh. Well,
Yeah.
I'm glad that you,
Right.
and I'm glad it's easy.
Oh,
so
yeah,
it's
yeah,
not
yeah.
a pain to.
yeah. And I even
Right.
because in my meter, I paid for like 2 or 3 hours because I didn't know how long it was going to take.
Oh,
and
right.
It literally was 10 minutes.
Oh,
Right.
nice.
Yeah. I was
Good to
like,
know.
okay,
Yeah.
well,
Yeah.
paid an extra
Mhm.
50 cents for nothing. And I got it.
But
So
now you
that's all
know.
that
Yes.
matters.
And now you're
Yeah.
going to Mexico.
That's
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
Again.
And then I know, and then everyone's like, oh my gosh, why would you go in August? Well, first of all, it's like $800 cheaper per person.
Right.
Nice.
And then, and I'm like, well, it's hot here.
it's hot there.
It's hot there.
What's
yeah.
the difference? And we're buying ocean and not just a little measly, like man-made lake.
Right.
So we're
Uh-huh.
actually
Right.
like,
It's perfect.
Yeah.
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 So yeah, we need to bring lots of sunscreen though.
Mhm.
Yes. Yeah.
And it needs to
Load
be like
up.
70. We found that out from Puerto Vallarta.
Mm.
Oh.
Yeah, we got
SPF 70.
Yeah.
my husband
Uh-huh.
got fried.
Oh.
Yeah.
And it's like you have to keep applying
his
it.
ankles even swelled.
Oh gosh.
That's
It was
insane.
bad.
Oh,
It was
wow.
bad. Yeah,
Uh-huh.
it was crazy. So I was like, I hope he didn't get stung by a stingray. But no,
Ooh.
we didn't get in the ocean. So it definitely wasn't that. It was just from being sunburned. Because he had the umbrella on and then his legs were out.
Sticking
and
out.
So,
Yeah. Yes.
Because he got up and he goes, do my ankles look swollen? I was like, yeah, they do, actually. I mean, it might have been an all-inclusive day so that,
Also could
so
have
that could have
contributed to the
Yeah, for
swollen.
sure.
Swelling.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. So anyway.
Well, Kim.
But yeah, thank you.
Yes, thank you
Yeah.
for
Yeah, this
coming.
was fun. Just a little if you guys ever need a guest host again, I'd be happy.
Yeah,
Ooh, yeah.
that
Just
would be
let
fun.
me know what you're going to chat about, and I'll do a little research, listen to some podcasts, and then I'll
There you go.
come and
Perfect.
contribute
We'll have
some
a-
stuff.
Nice. Well, thank you again.
Yes, thank you. So,
Well, as always, thanks for listening.
And don't forget to keep it local, friends.
This has been a Chamber Chat
With Kate,
and Kat.
see you next time.